Hey there, everybody. Welcome to GoPro Academy, our weekly training, turning average mere mortals into network marketing legends. That's what we do on a weekly basis. That's what we're going to do with you. And I'm excited. I hope this last week you got a good start to what it is that we are doing. And as you're jumping on here, I can see a whole bunch of people jumping on. I got a little monitor that shows me, gives me a little feedback. Oh, the video image went a little bonkers. Can you maybe refresh it or something? Let me know if that video thing is showing up properly. There we go. I guess we're good. All right, cool. Just a little glitch on our side. Now, I got a bunch of things that I need to cover on today's training. So as you're jumping in, let us know where you're connecting from. That's fantastic. I'm excited to see you, excited to give you some information, excited to give you some training in addition to what you're already doing with the courses and with everything else. First thing I want to mention as we start is to talk to you about the GoPro books. Now, some people have begun to receive their GoPro books. If you haven't, be patient. As you can imagine, we had a huge amount of books that needed to be signed, needed to be processed, needed to figure out postage, packaged, and mailed. Some are there, that's great. Some are not there, most are not there. So just don't feel like you're left out. If you've seen somebody post, hey, I got my book. Don't feel like you're left out if you don't have yours yet. Give it some time, especially if you're outside of the United States. Be extra patient because the postage there is a little bit of a challenge. In the future, if we send out stuff, we're probably not going to be able to send to some countries because it's just so crazy. Hard to track, hard to do a whole bunch of different things. But for this group, we're going to make it happen. So be patient with the books. That's number one. Number two is I hope by now you've gone in and at least checked out the GoPro Academy Masterclass courses. All of these courses that are available to you inside of GoPro Academy. 100 hours worth of video content. I'm sure you haven't looked at all of that, but just know this. We've had a whole bunch of meetings, and we've added a ton of people, as you've seen, inside of this group. There's going to be more millionaires come out of this group than any group created in the world, per capita. I mean, it's just, we're dedicated to helping you. Now, all of that said, I understand and I recognize that the user experience for all the courses isn't the cleanest experience or the easiest to understand or the easiest to navigate. We're working around the clock to make that easier. So just expect that as you move forward, it's going to be easier to find stuff. It's going to be easier to kind of know where to start and know where to go. And in the meantime, just kind of browse around, just kind of find it. And I'm loving the fact that people are getting value from those courses, which is fantastic, which is great. So whether you're watching live or replay, I know most of you are going to be watching on replay, and that's fantastic. It's fine. I understand time commitments. I understand a lot of different things going on in your life. But regardless, I'm here to talk to you. Whether it's live or replay, I'm here to talk to you, to help you have a better experience in network marketing, help you have a breakthrough experience in network marketing. I'm equipped to do it. If you're hungry and if you're coachable, that's all I need to help you have the breakthrough that you are looking for. Keep that hunger, keep that coachability, and we'll be able to move forward. So, number one, the books. Be patient. They're coming out as quick as we can get them out. Number two, the GoPro course experience. Inside of GoPro Academy, the course experience. We're going to be improving that. Look to see some improvements as we move forward. Number three, how many of you have heard about the event that we do called The Most Powerful Women in Network Marketing. The Most Powerful Women in Network Marketing. What are the dates of that event? April something. Somebody look it up for me. In April of this year, the Most Powerful Women in Network Marketing event is going to be held. April 25th through the 27th here in Las Vegas. April 25th through the 27th here in Las Vegas at the Paris Hotel. Now, this is the 5th year anniversary of the Most Powerful Women in Network Marketing. And thousands of women come from all over the world. They share best practices. They share ideas. They share strategies. It's 2.5 days of ladies coming together and taking a break from all the responsibilities of life and having a weekend to bond together, to learn together, to grow together, and to have a breakthrough together. And I'm really proud of what that event has turned into over the course of the last 5 years. My wife, Marina, was the kind of architect and of that whole experience and of the last 4 years. This 5th year is going to be our best yet. Now, why do I say that? I say it because there is 800 tickets left before we're sold out. And I want to make a special offer just for GoPro Academy members. Okay? This is just for you. And it's while supplies last, while the tickets last. If you go on our website today, I believe it's $500 per ticket, or is it $600? Hold on, I'll tell you in a second. Just scroll down. Ticket price, ticket price, ticket price. It's $500 for a ticket right now. Okay? $500 for a ticket or $4,000 for a 10-pack. That's what the ticket price is right now, and it's a bargain. It's a steal. But, if you throw me back to the GoPro Academy page, thanks. For people inside of GoPro Academy only, because you've made this commitment to improve your life, change your life, do what is necessary, I'm going to make a very special offer to you right now. Here's the offer. A single ticket instead of $500, I will let you have a single ticket for $347. So that's the earliest of early bird prices we've ever had. And if you want to get a 10-pack of tickets, I'll let you have a 10-pack for $250 a ticket. So $350 instead of $500, a 10-pack for $250 a ticket instead of $400 a ticket, just for GoPro Academy members only, okay? You're the only ones that are going to hear about this. It's not going to be advertised anyplace else. It's just for you, okay? So if you want to learn more about it, we have just posted a link. The Network Marketing Pro has just posted a link, and maybe they'll pin that to the top of these comments, that you can go. It's inside of your course back office. You'll see a link inside of your GoPro Academy back office that will take you to that offer. And you can make that available to you and your teams to be able to take up those last 800 tickets before they're gone. Okay? So, yeah, if you want to take advantage of that, I'd highly recommend it. It's going to be amazing. So let's move on. Number 1 was the books. Number 2 is the GoPro course experience, GoPro Academy course experience. See that improving over time. Number 3 is Most Powerful Women, special offer just for you. And from time to time, we're just going to come in here and offer you something that nobody else in the world has access to. We're going to make some special stuff that nobody else in the world has access to. The public is one group, and this is a separate group. This is the community that's committed to excellence, and we're going to reward this group in a bunch of fun, new, and exciting ways. Next thing I want to tell you is we talked last week about these 10 things to do in preparation for your recruiting your 20 people in 30-day campaign. We talked about your commitment, sacrifice, negotiating with your life, making the time commitment, eliminating distractions, making sure you have the tools, picking your start date, warming up your list, which I hope many of you have done, seeing it already done in your mind, and then deciding that you deserve it, deciding that you're worthy. Those are the 10 things. I hope many of you have started on those 10 things already. If you haven't, give yourself permission to start on it now. Doesn't matter when you watch this. It doesn't have to be real time. You can decide when you want to do this. But I also want to give all of you that are watching this something of an out. Here's what I mean by this. It's windy outside. Here's what I mean by giving you something of an out. If you're not ready for 20 and 30 right now, it's okay. Being part of GoPro Academy is still amazing. Being part of this experience and learning together is still going to be a life-changing experience. Taking the step that you're ready to take is fine. But don't you dare feel like a failure, or feel like you're not worthy, or feel like there's something wrong with you, or feel like you don't belong if you're not doing a 20 and 30 right now. It's okay. Okay? It's all right. The time will come when you do that. In the meantime, you can learn from these trainings that we're going through in this particular series, and you can learn from the courses that are involved, and you can learn from each other. One of the things that I've loved about this last week is seeing all of you coaching each other in the GoPro Academy member group, coaching each other when you have questions or doubts or fears or wherever, okay? There's all kinds of value to be had in all of those different experiences without necessarily doing a 20 and 30. But if you're ready, we're going to talk about it. I'm going to assume that you're ready and move forward, but I also, in love, I know some of you are literally paralyzed with fear. And it's okay. I was too. I'm going to help you take a step, and then another step, and then another step, until you build momentum, you build confidence, and then off you go. Okay? The other thing that I loved, and I'm so glad that our team asked you to post it, was to post your first impressions of GoPro Academy inside the page. That was so cool to be able to see all of the people. And you see a lot of people saying, yep, I'm scared shitless, but I'm still going to do it. So that's cool. I totally understand that. I totally get that, and that makes sense to me. So let me tell you what I'm going to do for about 15 to 20 minutes. I'm going to do some training on step 2 of moving forward with this. And then I'm going to open this up for questions. And I'm going to call you on the phone live, and I'm going to answer your questions. I'm going to do just rapid fire coaching with this group in about 15 minutes or so. So let me talk about that, and then when I'm ready, I will let you know, okay, post your number, and if you want me to call you, and then I'll call you, okay? So I've got a team here ready. We got a phone, ready to be able to call you, and we'll do that. Okay? Now. We need phone numbers. Yeah, I'll ask them. We don't have phone numbers yet, but I'll ask them. Don't worry. I just don't want them to pound the list with phone numbers now until we get into some training. Okay? You got it? Everybody good? Everybody thumbs up? All right, fantastic. Let's go. Now, the Whisper campaign. I got to tell you, this last 7 days, I've asked you to do this, and I'm going to ask you to continue to do these things. Up until your launch time, you're going to continue to negotiate. You're going to continue to eliminate distractions. You're going to continue to prepare, make sure you have tools. You're going to continue to warm your list. You're going to continue to do all these different things that we asked you to do in week 1. Those are going to continue. This week, we're going to start having some conversations with people that are a little different. Okay? So, the Whisper campaign was something that I came across as, it just kind of appeared. It's something that I tried and it really, really, really worked, was this. There's the difference between your public launch when you're just going crazy and a whisper campaign. And here's what the whisper campaign is. Let's say I call Alex Morgan Stevens. I call Alex and I say, Alex, hey, listen, I'm about to do something amazing. I'm launching February 12th. I think there's a lot of money in what I'm about to do. I think I'm going to be able to pick up significant market share with this company that I've found here in our city. And when I thought about people who I'd love to do something with, I thought about you. And I want to talk to you out of respect before I tell the world. Because you're kind of in the dream team. You're kind of in my wish list. Like, who would be so much fun to work with? So amazing. Who's influential? Who's a good leader? I would ask something along the lines of, is there ever a circumstance where you would be open to exploring something new? Is there ever a circumstance where you'd be willing to just sit down and chat with me about some possibilities? This project I'm about to launch, this thing I'm about to do. Would you ever consider it? I know you're successful, I know you're powerful, I know you're doing this, I know you're doing that, but are you interested in additional cash flow? Are you interested in capturing a market? Are you interested in a short burst of energy and a long-term return on that effort? Because if you are, I'm about to do something. I'm about to do something amazing. So there are people that I can talk to in a whisper campaign that will never, ever even listen to me any other time. If I'm in my launch and I go and say, hey, come take a look at this thing because I'm talking to everybody about it, they're like, I'm out. But if I, hey, there's this thing, I haven't launched it yet, I haven't told the world yet, it's about to happen, it's going to happen February 15th, nobody knows, it's going to be huge. Is there ever a circumstance when you would consider looking at something like this? Would you ever even consider it? Maria said, please write the script I just said here. You can watch this again and write it down. Just get the idea. The idea is, psst, psst, psst. Don't tell anybody. But February 20th, I'm going to do something spectacular. And I think there's a lot of money to be made. I think it's going to be amazing. I think it's going to be spectacular. When I thought about people that I would love to do this with, somebody who might be interested in cash flow, interested in creating additional streams of income on top of what they're already doing, a person that might be interested in working really hard for a short period of time in order to be able to get a long-term benefit, I thought about you. So is there ever a circumstance when you'd be willing to have the conversation with me to find out more about it? And like Lisa said, when they ask what it is, it depends. Some people might say, yeah, it depends. I said, well, look, let's get together for coffee, find a time that works for you. But the clock's ticking because I'm about to launch. I'm going to launch in 10 days. So the quicker we can do it, the better. Let's get together and let's talk about it, and I'll give you all the details. And you can either say yeah or you can say no. Either way is cool. If you say no, it's fantastic. If you say yes, whatever. Now, for some of you that have been around for a while, and let's say you got to a certain level in your network marketing business, how can you use a whisper campaign? You can go to people and say, remember that thing I joined 3 years ago? I talked to you about it, at that time. And I went on and I created nice residual income. I created, without knowing anything, I created $1,000 a month. I created $2,000 a month. I created whatever it is I created. I built a little team of this, and that team's continuing to pay me. I'm about to do it again. But I'm about to do it much smarter than I did it the first time. So if there's ever a time that you would maybe consider taking a look, now would be a little window before I do this launch. Because guess what? If you decide to do something with me, I'll put you right at the front end of that launch. I'll put you right at the front end of that whole campaign. If you're open to looking. If you're not, that's cool. But I'm going to do it again. I'm going to do it better. I'm going to do it smarter. Make sense? So this thing, I'm telling you, you can talk to millionaires with this, no problem. You can talk to the president of the bank, no problem. You can talk to business owners, no problem. You can talk to anybody you want, no problem. It's just like, hey. Either I'm about to do something. Some of you haven't really done much in network marketing. That's fine. You can go to those people. You can go and you can say, guess what? Hey, I've been involved in this network marketing thing for like a year, and I never really did anything. But I got some guidance from a multimillionaire in this profession. He's coaching me personally how to totally revolutionize not only my life, but the people that I'm around. And he's given me a roadmap, step by step by step, literally a treasure map of how to be able to create wealth. He is mentoring me. And if you're open to considering something, you might want to participate in this thing I'm about to do on March 1st. It's going to be amazing. I'm going to follow it to the T. We can do it together. Imagine what would happen. 1 + 1 adds up to 10. We can do something amazing. Now, I'm going to do it anyway. I don't need you. I would love to work with you, but I don't need you in order to be successful. But just based upon what you've heard right now, before we even get together, are you in or are you out? I literally would say these words. I would go to a person and say, look, depending on what my story was. I'm about to do it again, or I'm about to do something special, or I wasn't really doing something, but now I'm going to do something. I'm going to say, look, you and me could do something amazing. Is there ever a circumstance where you would be open to at least understanding what it is that we do? Because I think 1 + 1 adds up to 10. I think the two of us together could be a two-headed monster. I think we can capture this market. I think we can dominate the market share in this city. I think we could do something amazing, okay? Now, assuming that all the homework kind of proves itself out, you get all your questions answered and everything else. I just need to know right now, emotionally, are you in or are you out? And guess what? I got 95% of the time. I'm in. Yeah, I got to check out the product, but I'm in. Yeah, I need to understand how the compensation plan works, but I'm in. See what I mean? So I just total posture, total takeaway, total. I'm telling you, you'll have power that you never thought possible. Let's say you failed for 3 years, you haven't made 2 cents. You can say, listen, I've been a tourist in network marketing. Now I'm working personally with a guy who's a multi-millionaire. He trains millionaires. He trains people to make $1 million a year in network marketing. He's trained thousands upon thousands of people to make 6 figures in network marketing. And guess what? I'm going to follow his treasure map step by step. I'm going to make a bunch of money. And I'm looking for some people that would like to do it with me. If I gave you the information, if you saw that it was real, and if you believed in this treasure map, you believed that this thing could happen, is there ever a circumstance where you'd be open to taking a look? And guess what you're going to get? Sure. I'll look. You know why? Because it's about to happen. Hasn't happened yet. It's about to launch. It's about to take off. It's about to get real. So powerful. Now, if you do this right, now listen, you're going to be doing this, right? All the way up to your launch, you're going to be doing this. You're going to be starting now to do your whisper campaign with key individuals. Your whisper campaign with key individuals. And if you do this right, you should be able to sponsor 5 to 10 people just with the whisper campaign before you launch. Before you launch. 5 to 10 just before you launch. Now, I've taken this to an extreme. I remember one whisper campaign. I had a friend who, entrepreneur. Can you do this by texting or messenger, Shauna? Not really. I mean, would you respond to a whisper campaign conversation like this by text or messenger? You could maybe set up a time to talk. Say, listen, I can't talk about it on text or messenger. This is top secret. This is, we need to talk. I remember I was living in Minnesota and I had a friend of mine who was very entrepreneurial, lived in Sacramento, California. And this is a whisper campaign on steroids. Here's what I called up. I called up and said, hey, I'm about to do something amazing. I'm in Minnesota right now. Are you going to be home tomorrow? They said, yeah. I said, okay, I'll see you at your house. Is this still your address? Yeah. All right, fine. I'll see you at your house. I hung up. Didn't tell them nothing. I had their address. I got on an airplane. I flew to their house. I knocked on the door, and they opened it up and said, what are we joining? What are we doing? What's going on? They didn't sleep all night. They were just like, what in the world is this guy talking about? Now, could you do the same thing in your local town? Say, listen, I need to get together with you. I'm about to do something amazing. I'm only calling a few people about this. If you're open for extra cash flow and open for it quickly, then we need to talk. Are you home? I'm on my way over. You at work? I'm coming over today and taking you to lunch. Bold. Bold. What would you do if you had Amazon shares of stock for $1? You know, it's trading at $1,600 or $1,700 right now. What would you do if all you could get was one share and you can go to as many people as you could find and give them a share for $1? I mean, that was my posture. Just like, really? Could you do this via voice notes? I don't know. I mean, would you respond via voice notes? Would you respond via email? Would you respond via text? To this? Not necessarily. Now, all of those things are important to set up a conversation. Say, I need to talk to you, but it's top secret. I can't talk to you. I can't put the information out there. I need you to promise me that you won't tell anybody. I would call people and say, can you keep a secret? Can you keep a secret? Because there's something I want to share with you. Okay? See, some people are having connection problems, different parts of the world. Don't worry, you'll be able to watch this over when you get better connection. So don't worry about it. So here's the deal. This whole posture, this whole campaign is going to change everything. Now, I'm about to open this up for questions and answers. But before I do that, I want to give you two things. One here. In your pre-launch, I want you to do two things. One is your whisper campaign, which is when you're going to be engaged in not only the invite, but you're going to be engaged in sitting down with them and saying, listen, I don't have it all figured out. I don't, if you ask about the comp plan or this or that, I don't have that all figured out, but we can go figure it out together. I've got this roadmap. Leverage GoPro Academy. Leverage me. Leverage the fact that you have a plan. Leverage anything that you can leverage. The fact that you've done it before, you're going to do it again. The fact that you've never done it, you're about to do it. The fact that you've got some mentors who are going to help you and you're going to take it. The fact that the company has some special thing and you're going to take advantage of this product launch, right? Whatever it is. The fact that you're going to dominate your local city. You've got a plan to do it. A whisper campaign, in order to be able to make that happen, you're going to tell them the story and engage them in the process. Are you in or you out? You ready to go or not? You ready to make it happen or not? The board on the left side is just what we covered last week. People asking me to show the board on the left side. This is what we covered last week. So, second part of this, pre-launch. This is preparation. Pre-launch is to fill your calendar. Pull out your calendar. Hold on, I'll grab you. I'll show you mine. Pull out your calendar and fill your calendar. Fill your calendar with appointments. Now, whisper campaign people, meet with them before you start the launch. I'm talking about fill your calendar with appointments. At launch and beyond. I want you to fill your calendar with appointments, as many as you can possibly fill in your first 10 days. For your 20 and 30, I want you to book as many appointments as you can possibly book in your first 10 days of your actual launch. Now, the Whisper campaign, you're going to be bringing them in, you're going to be engaging those people. Some of those people are going to want to do 20 and 30 same time you are. And get them engaged. But when the launch date hits, whatever the date that you picked, when your launch date hits, you need to have the first 10 days already booked. Already booked. Every spare moment of your life needs to be booked around a presentation. Now, the presentation could be a Zoom presentation. It could be a Skype presentation. It could be a FaceTime presentation. It could be a face-to-face at a coffee shop presentation. It could be for lunch presentation. It could be at somebody's office or in your home presentation. If you live in rural America, Bobby, it doesn't matter. Solve the problem. Book this calendar full. You've got technology to be able to fill this calendar up. Book it. You need to have every day at least 10 presentations booked for your first 10 days. They might be 15-minute presentations, 20-minute presentations. Use Zoom. Use Skype. Use FaceTime. Webinar software. Whatever you need to do. Fill the calendar. If that calendar is not full, if I'm sitting down with you face to face, which I am, and I want to see you do well, I'm going to say, show me your calendar. Show me your calendar. Show me what your first 10 days of your campaign looks like. And if I can't see the presentations booked, I would use about 30 minutes as a block for a presentation. 15, 20 minutes to just kind of lay out the picture and 10 minutes to answer questions. Next. Right? You need to fill this. Because most of the work, you're going to be planting all the seeds in this filling the calendar first 10 days, if you do this right, by the day you launch, by your launch day, you should have your calendar filled for the first 10 days. Now, in the second part of this 20 and 30 is going to be follow-up, questions and objections, telling your story, presenting. Don't worry about what you're going to present. Don't worry about your story. Don't worry about how you're going to present your opportunity. Don't worry about any of those things. I'm going to talk about that next week. For now, I just want you to face your fear and book the appointment. Now, what do you say? You've been warming some of these people up. You know, you've been warming up your list. What do you say to fill your calendar? Is say, hey, it was great to catch up with you. So fun to hear about your life. Our conversation got me thinking. And are you available for coffee? You available to jump on a quick Skype? There's something I want to show you. Are you available? Jump on a quick Zoom. Something I want to show you. I want to see your face. I want to show you something. Okay? So you can go back to those people and say, listen, our conversation led me to think about you. Is there a time next week we can get together for coffee? Meet you at Starbucks? Right? Meet you for lunch? Those types of things. Fill your calendar. You've warmed your list up. It's going to be much easier than just going cold. Fill your calendar. Now, if you feel like you need a little bit more gap between the warming of that relationship and then the appointment of it, then give it a little bit more of a gap. That's fine. Don't worry about that. But whatever the date is, those first 10 days need to be packed, need to be full, need to be amazing. Now, I'll tell you a quick story. I have a friend of mine, his name's Terry, lives in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And like 7-8 years ago, he decided, he's a big-time entrepreneur, started in lots of companies, real estate and civic responsibilities, all kinds of different things. And he decided he wanted to build a network marketing company. Build a business inside of a network marketing company. So he had about a 10-day window of time. He decided he was going to see how many people he could meet with face-to-face over the course of 10 days. He met with 140 people face-to-face in 10 days, all in Starbucks. All in Starbucks. He met 140 people over the course of 10 days, 14 a day on average. Approximately 50 of those 140 signed up. 50 of those 140 signed up. A number of those continued to go. He worked with that organization for about 90 days, and then he had a bunch of other entrepreneurial things, and he just let the distributorship just keep going. He still, to this day, eight years later, makes over $100,000 a month from that 10-day burst of activity. Over $100,000 a month from a 10-day burst of activity. This will change your life. This is for people who who can be as booked in your calendar. Could you use customers? Could you meet with customers? Of course. Could you meet with people who don't know anything about it? Of course. Could you meet people who maybe heard about it before but don't really understand it? Of course. Your goal through this whole thing is education and understanding. Your goal is not to sign somebody up. We're going to try and go for 20 and 30, but guess what we're going to try and do? Educate enough people about what it is that you have that the 20 decide on their own that this is a life-changing thing that they don't want to leave behind. Educate people so they say yes on their own. So they don't need to be convinced. So it's an easy conversation. We're going to educate people, but we're going to do it in a burst of energy, a condensed burst of energy. Okay? So the Whisper campaign with key people, can't do that with everybody, but you can do it with quite a few. And then fill your calendar with everybody else. Your goal should be 10 a day. 10 a day, 10 a day, 10 a day, 10 a day. And you want to load as many as you can into that first 10 days of your life. And you might ask, well, how can I do that? I'm busy. I got this going on. I got that going on. Let's say you have 1 day a week open. 1 day a week, and you're working 4 jobs the other 6 days, could you recruit 20 people in 30 days in 1 day a week? The answer is yes. Could you work from 8 a.m. till 10 p.m. in a Starbucks on a Saturday? Yes or no? The answer is yes. 14 hours. Every 30 minutes, meeting with a different person. That's 28 presentations in 1 day. 28 presentations. You'll get so good at it by the end of the day, you won't even believe it. Out of those 28, you're going to recruit way more than the average because your energy is going to go up and up and up and up as you go. So don't talk to me about what you can't do. Don't talk to me about your limitations. Don't talk to me about all that other nonsense. You've got this. Just a matter of doing it. 10 a day. Okay? That's a minimum. Now, if you're full-time and you're serious, it's... When I did this, it was 16 hours a day, about 30 minutes per presentation. So, what is that, 32 a day? 32 a day. Until my group was pulling at me so much because I recruited so many people that I couldn't do that personally anymore and I was working with other people. Now, one thing before we open it up for questions. Now, here's what I'm going to ask you to do. If you want me to coach you personally in front of the world, put your phone number into the comments below and I will give you a call. Okay? I'll call as many people as I can in the time that we have. I'll give you a call and I'll answer some stuff. Now, some people have said, what do I do with my existing team? I feel like I'm leaving them behind. I feel like I'm doing this. I feel like I'm doing that. Here's the thing. You can give up to 10% of your time during a 20 and 30 campaign. Up to 10% of your time can go to your existing team. No more than 10% of your time can go to your existing team. Okay? So manage whatever you need to manage in that 10%. So, who's first? Yeah, they're coming. Is this fun? It's fun. It's good stuff.
Adding green is fun.
All right, go ahead. Write it down.
Oh, 702.
A 702 number? Mm-hmm. A local? Nice.
499, right?
499.
Get some others ready. This is for Addie.
Hello.
Addie,
Oh my goodness.
how are you?
I'm good.
You in Vegas?
Yes. I'm
Oh.
in San Diego right now, but I live in Vegas.
All right, cool. All right, shoot, you're on the air. How can I help
Yeah,
you?
I'm gonna stop because I'm getting. Let me see. Let's turn this off.
Yay.
Okay.
You mute it? Perfect.
Yep.
So what's your
I'm
question?
ready. So, whisper campaign for key people, and then set up a presentation with those people, and then for everybody else.
For everybody else, you fill your calendar once your 20 and 30 starts.
So when we do the presentation, we just go to a regular presentation, business,
For who?
for both Whisper and the 10 people.
Whisper is, I want to take you behind the scenes on what I'm about to do and see if you want to do it with me.
Okay.
Does that make sense? And,
Yes.
and for everybody else, it's like, look, I want to get together, show you something that I'm working on. I think it might be a fit for you. Or whether it's direct or indirect or super indirect, you can use different approaches for them, but it's a little more standard.
Okay.
The Whisper people is more of a, I want to take you behind the scenes, show you what I'm about to do.
And then we just give them the regular presentation.
Yep. Let me show you. It's like, when I would do it with the Whisper campaign people is I would say, let me show you the presentation that I give to average people.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Let me show you the presentation that I give to the average person to let them see that there's an opportunity here. And then you'll kind of get the picture as I'm laying it out.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yep. Makes sense.
All right, cool. I'm going to go to the next one. Make it happen,
Thank you so
sister.
much.
See ya.
Thank you.
Bye. All right. Next. If you get an unknown number, that's me.
Oh,
Elizabeth.
hi.
Hi, it's Eric Worre.
Thank you so much for the call back. So I have a few questions in reference to team building. My team started back in September, and like what had happened is that I was a tourist, and I still consider myself a tourist. And so what I'm gaining from the different teachings that you have is super instrumental. I've started whispering our executive likes to call it dripping, so we tell people about our business. How would you go back to utilizing time efficiently, where there's individuals that say that they are ready to launch and they're launching a specific day, and you've already approached them in that whisper campaign essence, I guess, of things. How do you revisit when there's been a time lapse, say a few weeks, a few months, but they were really fired up when they first viewed the presentation?
I would just call them up and say, hey, you were really fired up the first time we took a look at this presentation, and now something really cool's happening. You ready to take another look?
Okay.
Just,
Awesome.
you're just real direct. You know what I mean? It just most of the time the answer's in the question. You know, what do you say to somebody that was fired up? It's like, hey, you were fired up. Let's go.
Awesome.
You know, let's make something happen. All right, Elizabeth, I'm expecting you to do amazing things. You are not a tourist. Don't even accept those words anymore, okay?
Got it.
All right, see ya.
No longer tourist. Thank you.
Bye. Give me some international ones. Hope these questions are helping everybody.
Hello.
Boyd,
Hi.
Eric Worre.
Oh, right on. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good.
What's your question, brother?
My question is, my team, we do live webinars every Monday and Thursday, and I'm wondering how I would ever get to do a presentation for someone when we have free live webinars every Monday and Thursday.
Yeah, I wouldn't use the big group stuff for this. It's not special enough. This is something
Okay.
you're going to do. It's not something your leadership's doing. It's not something the company's doing. It's something you're going to do. So with the whisper, people's like, hey, let's go talk. I can show you the webinar, but that's what we just do for average people. That's not what I'm talking about with you.
Okay.
See what I mean? Like if I call you with that approach, say, listen, after I've talked to you, say, I want you to listen to this webinar. That's what we do, just kind of general prospecting. But I'm putting together the dream team. I just don't do that with dream team. We're gonna kick ass here.
Okay.
Make sense?
Okay, it does. And my other thing was, because our company, we're not like a big product line. We have something, we're more of, we get people in, they buy a product, and then they become a distributor. No one sells products. We sell an opportunity. So is that on the same kind of
It's fine.
wavelength there?
It's fine. I mean, over time, I predict that your company will have a blend of distributors who are all product users and also product users that are not distributors. But if they're not in that mode at the moment, that's fine. Just go with whatever it is. You're there to grow a team. We're building a business of a lot of people doing a little bit. It's all fine.
Okay.
All right, man. Kick ass, all right?
Thank you very much.
Stay warm. See ya.
Thank you, I will.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
All right, we're going international.
Hello?
Lisa.
Oh my God, hi.
Hi, Eric Worre. Where am I
Hello.
calling you?
Sorry?
Where am I calling you?
I'm in Scotland.
Oh, nice, beautiful. I love Scotland. So how can I help you?
Yeah. So I just wanted to know, do you think it would be more beneficial to create like a video sort of explaining what it is that I'm planning to do to show people that, either sort of on a one-to-one, or do you think it's better to just sit and explain it rather than showing them a video with, I'm thinking more along the lines of if they have questions about the compensation plan and things like that, where I could show them, on a video as well.
Yeah, here's what I would do, Lisa. I would have a conversation because that's what I would want somebody to do for me. Don't give me cheap sales talk. Okay. Don't be a average, cheap, blah, blah, blah network marketer. Tell me what your plan is. Tell me your vision.
Okay.
Tell me what you're about to do. And then we'll go look at the comp plan together. We'll go look at the products together. We'll go look at the systems together. Just, but here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we can capture Scotland. And then we can expand it. We can expand the business to the rest of the world. Are you in? Are you out? You want to do it? But it's, like I say, average. This is not a time for just average stuff. Just sit down and do what you wish somebody would do with you. If I sat down with you and said, "Look, let's get Scotland. It's gettable. It's totally gettable. All we got to do is this, and this. We can do one burst of energy, get paid for a long period of time. Are you in? You want to do it with me?"
Yeah.
And then they'll say, "Well, how does this work?"
Yeah.
Well, we'll go figure that out. But, it's not an objection now. Now it's just a clarification. Make sense?
Amazing. Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Kick ass, sister.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Yeah, keep going. All right. Hope these are helping you. Hope I got this right. I'm calling Jack. Got to answer, Jack. Dude. I'm gonna click on. I'm gonna try it one more time. That's it, though. Oh boy. Next, Jack. I missed you. Next time. All right. Sonia Whitaker Reed Crabtree.
Hello?
Sonia.
Yes. Hi.
Hi, Eric Worre. How you doing?
Good.
So how can I help you?
So my question is, the people that you had as contact last week, I had a lot of connections with people that were going through some really sensitive situations, like recent death in the family, people with cancer, things like that. How do I present the Whisper campaign and booking them on my calendar while still being sensitive to the things that they're going through?
If look, first of all, if the relationship needs to be warmed up more before you can have a conversation about Whisper or anything else, then give it that time. Follow your gut, okay? If somebody just had a death in the family, not a good time.
Right.
But if somebody's going through a divorce, maybe it's a good time.
Right.
Maybe they're like, maybe you need a project, maybe you need a distraction, maybe you need something to be able to do to take charge of your life. Or if there's enough time in somebody's death, maybe it's to do something in someone's name or in somebody's honor or for somebody's legacy, something special, something amazing. Stop playing small, whatever it happens to be. So follow your instinct on it. But if you find yourself just afraid, well, that's not a good place to be.
Right.
So go step past the fear. But even if you've got a real situation, and then let's say somebody's going through divorce, and it's nasty, and it's no fun, and you can have a conversation with somebody, you say, look, I hesitated to call you because I know that divorce can be brutal.
Right.
But I can't get you out of my mind ever since we talked. You deserve better. You deserve to have something of your own. You're a powerful person in your own right. And I think what we could do together might be the positive project, the positive distraction that might help. I mean, are you open to taking a look at something that might take you in a more positive direction, or is now not the time?
Okay.
See what I mean? So it's just it's natural relationship conversation. For most people, it's just like, hey, it was great to touch base with you last week, and I can't get you out of my head. I'm working on this project. It might be a fit. It might not. If you're open to maybe having a cup of coffee, I can explain it to you and see if there's something that maybe we can do together. It might be fun.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Are you going to do this?
Yes, I am.
All right. I'm expecting big things.
Okay. Thank you very much.
All right. Talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye. All right. I'm giving Jack one more try. 580-362.
Oh my God!
Jack.
Sorry. Hi, Eric.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good. I'm doing awesome. Thank you. Thanks for calling.
So it's a little bit hard to hear you. I don't know if you're on speaker, but if you are, turn it off and put mute on your phone, okay, or on your
Can you hear me
computer.
still, Eric? Thank you so much for the training. Thank you so much. You have no idea how much it impacted me. My question is that with a whisper campaign, do I have to do it locally, or can I do it with people who are in different regions in my country? Or we have to be here locally?
Yeah. Where do you live?
Hi, Eric.
Where do you live?
I'm doing awesome. Thank you.
Where do you
For calling.
live?
My God.
Why am I getting this delay?
You can hear me. The question is that with a whisper campaign,
It's copying. It's like duplicating.
Who are in different regions in my country, or we have to be here locally.
Are you on your computer? Turn your computer on mute. Oh my gosh, it says hi, Eric, again.
I'm doing awesome. Thank you. Thanks for calling.
Same thing. Jack, I love you. I'm going to answer your question on the air, but I can't. It's just repeating. All right. I don't know what was going on there. He was in Ghana? Oh, cool. Well, anyway, hi in Ghana. So here's the answer. If you're doing a whisper campaign and you're not close to somebody geographically, then it's no problem. You can send them a message, do a Skype call, say, listen, I want to talk to you on Skype or Zoom or FaceTime or whatever, to be able to have a conversation with you about what I'm about to do. I'm going to help, I'm looking to grow in my country. I want to, I'm looking for sharp people in your city. Would you be open to being one of those people in that city? Okay? So it's the same. Nothing different. All right, give me another one.
One more?
Sure, we can do a few more. We're going to do a couple more, okay? Hope this is helping. Any questions about these things? And if you have more questions, post them in the comments. Our team will a bot, Jack's a bot. What am I calling? Tammy? All right.
Oh my God, seriously?
Hi, Tammy. How you doing?
Hi, Eric. I'm doing great.
So, where are you connecting from?
Quebec, Canada.
Ah, cool. So, how can I help you?
I'm hitting people that, okay, so I'm just new to this, like 3 months in. I'm using the products. I'm just promoting products. I don't sell products, but people are burnt that I'm talking to. So I've sort of put the brakes on because I started your Grow Pro last week. So I'm just, said, okay, I'll put the brakes on and start fresh.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm getting people that are burnt from MLM, like multi-level marketing,
Yep.
which, like, we're in a sense not because I don't sell products. But anyways, so that's sort of like I'm not interested in that kind of thing.
Right. So here, let me tell you what I would do if you're having conversations with people. I love any time that there's somebody who is a big network marketing critic. It's my favorite conversation in the world. It didn't used to be. When I first started, Tammy, it was scary. And it made me feel bad about what I was doing. But it became the best thing in the world. If people gave me any resistance, I would say, hold it. You've got a story. Tell me your story. What happened? Did you get involved with a company? It went out of business? Did you get involved with something that the product wasn't for real? Or did people treat you mean? Or did somebody in your family get involved? Did you get involved? You end up with a bunch of stuff you couldn't sell? What happened? Tell me the story. Okay. And they would tell me the story. And sometimes they'd be resistant to telling me the story. I'd say, come on, forget about my opportunity for a second. Just tell me the story. I got to know. They said, well, this, and this. I said, well, cool. And then I would say, well, let me ask you a question. Do you think it was those things? Or do you think it was network marketing that let you down? Or do you think it was those things that let you down?
Okay.
Well, it was those things. I said, well, if you ever found an opportunity that didn't have those problems, would you ever be willing to take another look?
Okay.
Because here's the thing, Tammy, just so you know, anybody who has a very negative opinion on network marketing has some experience with network marketing. That's number one. And anybody that's been involved in network marketing is going to be involved again. It's in their blood.
Because they're looking for the pot of gold.
They will find, they might not join you, but at some point, somebody's going to come to them, maybe with a whisper campaign. Maybe that'll be the opening. Maybe, but at some point, they're going to look again. So don't worry about the response that much. Your goal, Tammy, is to get in conversation with people and just stay in conversation with people. It doesn't need to all be transactional. It just needs to be. It just needs to be conversation, and good things will happen in the conversation. They'll become educated on what you have in the conversation. You know what I mean? They'll overcome their limiting beliefs in the conversation.
And when you say, like, meet them up for coffee and show them what you have, basically what I have as an opportunity is the presentation itself.
Yep.
So that's what I'm
and just say, look, I want to show, and let's say you could play with this a million different ways, Tammy. I'll give you an example. Let's say somebody's super negative on network marketing. You can say, would you have coffee with me and tell me all the ways that this thing's going to fail? I'll just show you what it is, and you can tell me why it's not going to work.
Okay.
and we'll have a cup of coffee and we'll laugh about it and it'll be fun.
Okay. Awesome.
I mean, who,
Yeah, I really
who would say no to that? I mean,
I'll try.
that'd
I'll
be kind of fun.
let you know.
Yeah, here's what I would say. Just relax, have fun with it. We'll have
Yeah.
some fun. It's not that big a deal. It's not life or death. What you have is not
My
for
fear-
everybody. It's going to be fine.
My fear is bigger than my shadow.
Of course. But understand, what makes fear go away? When you turn the light on. You know, what makes the dark go away? When you turn the light on. At some point, you got to walk through the dark room and flip on the switch on the other side of the room. At some point, you got to realize that there's no boogeyman. You know, when you go talk to 10 people a day, all of a sudden you're going to realize this is not so scary. You've talked to, I'll bet you, less than 10 people.
Pretty close.
Yeah, and that's not a good enough sample size to be able to build a business.
No, for sure.
You know what I mean? So give more people a chance, have some more conversations. It's all going to be fine. Whether you do 20 and 30 or not, whether you just get off the dime, whether you just start to build some confidence, you build some skills, all of it's going to be fine. But don't think for a second that you're not built to do this. Do not allow that thought to crawl through your mind. You got it?
I got it.
All right. I believe in you, Tammy. Make it happen, okay?
Thank you, Amanda. Million thanks.
All right. Back at you. All right. One more. Where's this country? Local? No, it's too many numbers. Tawana, I'm calling you. Hello? 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 Is this Tawana?
Huh?
Wrong number, sorry. I knew there was too many numbers and like not enough numbers for international. Huh? All right.
Hello?
You're making me call strangers now.
Oh my God! How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am wonderful.
Where
oh my God.
where are you connecting from?
In Atlanta, Georgia.
All right, Atlanta, Georgia. What's your question?
Wow. Well, my question is, I've been using this for 3 years now. This is our third year using it.
Using what?
20 and 30.
Okay.
And one of the problems I faced is I was wondering, like, when I do this with my team, should I be doing it as well? And when new people come in, should they start on it as soon as they come in?
How many times have you done a 20 and 30?
This is the third time.
Third time.
We just finished the third one last month.
Yeah, that's good. For what I would do now is I would be not necessarily doing a 20 and 30 because the 20 that you just brought in are probably pulling at you, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So your goal now is to work with them and help them get to whatever your core rank is inside your company. Do you have an idea what your core rank is?
Yes. So we've done it once a year. The first year, it got me to Executive Diamond.
Yep.
The second year, Regional Diamond. And the third year is like the biggest jump. So I was going to do it every month for 90 days to see if that would help.
I don't think it will. But I think that the most often you can do it is every 100 or every 90 days or so. So
Okay.
if you did it in January, you can do it again in April, but you need February and March to kick all those little chicks out of the nest and have them fly on their own, whoever's willing.
Okay.
You got to help them get to that core rank. Then you could do it again. And the fastest growing, strongest in the world do it 4 times a year. about every 90 days or so, every fourth
Okay.
month. I mean, even really world class is 2 to 3 times a year. I mean, look what happened with you. You did it once a year.
Yes.
I mean,
Okay.
it's been huge. So try not to put too much pressure on your team. It usually takes a while for people to make a decision to do 20 and 30 on their own. Usually 6 to 9 months of just kind of hearing about it and deciding if they're ready to go, and then they go.
Okay.
So be patient with them until then, and just give them a bunch of assignments, and all the assignments need to be driven towards getting them to that core rank inside your company. And for those wondering what core rank is, we're going to talk about that more in the coming weeks with the core rank, okay?
Okay, so the new people, just have them wait till the next time that we launch it instead of putting them on it immediately.
If they're ready, fine.
Okay.
But don't put so much pressure on them that they tell you that they're ready, but then they freeze up in 2 seconds.
Gotcha.
If they're really hungry and they're really coachable, really willing to face their fear, then sure. Never slow down if somebody wants to speed up, but don't expect that everybody right away is going to be ready to go. Some will.
Okay.
Work with those, and that's fine. Everybody else, just help get to that core rank. That needs to be your whole mission, is over the 60 days after your 20 and 30, help them get to that core rank.
Gotcha.
Make sense?
Okay, well, yes, thank you so much.
All right, have a spectacular, blessed week. See ya.
You too, take care.
Bye. All right, we're going to wrap up. So here's the thing. Let me just kind of summarize for you, and we'll go in and we'll answer some more of your questions as we go. And some of you that have the answers to the questions that people are asking, I want you to jump in, because guess when you become a better leader? When you become a better teacher. Some of you have your own issues, but when you look to somebody else, you can see their problems much easier than you can see your own. You can see that what they need to change much easier than you can see your own. I'm much better at coaching other people than coaching myself. So as practice, jump into the comments and coach people in the comments as to what they could do in order to be able to do better. Oh, sorry. I'm looking at the monitor. Sorry. Hi. Jump into the comments and coach people on what they can do in order to be able to do better. You'll find that in that coaching of other people, you'll find the lessons for yourself. Okay? So that's it for this week. Your assignment. Continue with this. Start the Whisper campaign with key people and fill your calendar. You need to have a goal to fill up at least 100 appointments in your first 10 days of your 20 and 30. And again, if you're not ready for a full 20 and 30 right now, that's okay. Love you anyway. And let me just go back real quick. If you're still waiting for your GoPro book, it's coming. Just be patient. The GoPro course experience is going to continue to get better in our behind the paid wall there, the member wall. Third, the most powerful women's special offer is available for a very limited time. If you want to get, instead of $500 a ticket, you want to get $350 a ticket for a single, $250 a ticket if you get a 10-pack. Go to the link that's pinned to the top of this page, or find it in where you find your courses inside of GoPro Academy. You'll find a link back there to be able to do it. And that's it. Love you all. I'll see you next Wednesday. It's going to be amazing. I'll probably jump on and answer some common questions between now and next Wednesday. But until then, make it amazing. See you soon.